the chance to be here. Actually, I love to sell, and if you're a VC, you don't get to sell too often or to fundraise. You do this every couple of years, and in between I feel depressed. So this is a really good situation for me that I finally get to pitch. And thank you for having me here. I actually run 2 businesses. I founded Ananda Ventures, and I have 3 little children. And my wife's an entrepreneur, so it feels like it's run a family business and a venture fund, and with sometimes successful, sometimes less successful. Yeah, if you're an impact investor, it's sometimes important to tell you your personal story. How did you get there? I have been an entrepreneur before, which I think makes sense if you want to be an investor later. I was an accidental entrepreneur. I didn't have enough money for my university, so I had to do something, and I started an online job board, which I sold just a year ago. Then I moved into asset management, created asset management firms, one hardcore for profit. We got it publicly listed, but I wasn't smart enough to have enough shares, so it was rather car changing than life changing. I don't even have the car anymore, so it's actually a sad story. But afterwards, I decided that if you have 3 children, you get a bus, and that's all you can do. Then I decided I want to build stuff that matters, that makes a difference. Somehow I asked myself, what would you do if it wasn't for money? And then you come up with different ideas, and I created an asset management firm that did sustainable investments with WWF. And that was quite nice, actually. I loved it, but I had the feeling that I wanted to work more with entrepreneurs. And then after a couple of years, created Ananda Ventures, which supports what we call profit with purpose companies, so entrepreneurs that build stuff that matters. It doesn't necessarily have to be a social enterprise, but it should make a social, ecological difference. And actually, I've met a lot of hardcore for-profit entrepreneurs that try to make a difference, so it's kind of blurry. We have 30 million under management. So we have an office in London and here in Munich. Half of our portfolio is in the UK, the other half is in continental Europe. And I think what makes a difference is that everyone on my team has to have been an entrepreneur before, because that makes you much more empathetic with a situation like, I'm 24 hours to cash out, can you help me? And then if you start to be extremely McKinsey about it, sorry, I know there's, I have someone on my team that was with McKinsey, but it's an empathetic guy. And you start to work differently with these kind of situations. We created, as entrepreneurs, I like to create companies myself. One of them I co-created was Auticon, a company that uses the special skills of people with autism and makes them work as IT consultants. It's a company that has 100 employees in Germany, London, and Paris. Actually, Richard Branson just invested when he came to Munich. It's first German investment. Really great, because I have a picture of him in leather pants, which I'm not allowed to use. So it's a shame. We do offline businesses. We created the largest, together with Bonventure, another fund in this area. We created the largest affordable and flexible child daycare center in Germany. We create tech companies. One in Munich creates transcription for hearing, live transcription for hearing impaired people, like students, but we also do it for the Bundestag in Bayern Munich. And our UK-based companies are, for example, Third Space Learning, which is math tutoring for children in primary schools with Indian math teachers, or also a company that's pretty hyped in the Silicon Valley now, which does online cognitive behavioral therapy. So if you're scared of investors or spiders or something, that's the place to go. Yeah, we invest between $500,000 to $2.5 million, I would say, per investment. We like to be extremely active as much as we can. We spend, I would say, 1.5 days per portfolio company as a team. We have a team of very senior investment professionals. And of course, we'd love to work together with you, scale your company, and maybe also help you if you don't have an idea yet, but you have been a successful entrepreneur before, to move towards building stuff that matters. Yeah, thank you for having me.